Okay. Um, Good evening, guys, and welcome to another class. So today we are going to continue from where we stopped in our last class. So we are going to be looking at input fields, checkout, box, navigation, and also we're going to explore platforms that you can seek inspirations from. Please, before we get started, I want somebody to confirm in the chat that they can hear me loud and clear. Alright. Okay, Taisha is not your network. I think everybody can actually hear me. Just check your network. So, if you have a question, I think so far so good. I think we are cool. So the next thing we are going to look at today is input field, part of our style guide. We're also going to look at checkout and all that. And we are going to explore platforms that you can seek inspirations from as a UI UX designer. So I'll just quickly start with the input field. I just want to confirm that after the last class, anybody practice what was taught in the last class? If you know you did, just indicate in the chat. Nobody. Okay. Thank you so much, Godfrey. Thank you, Sunday. Thank you, Tobo, and thank you, Esther. Thank you for trying it out. That's really, and I hope we do not have any challenge trying it out. Okay, so today we are going to look at how to create our input field for our style guide. So for input field, we have default state, active state, end card, success, error, and disable. Yeah. So we're going to create a session here. Okay, we already have a session created. So let me just name this input field. Yeah. So for our input field, yeah, several ways. We're going to also be using the Boolean property to create our input field. So I'm going to take my test to write enter name. And let me just zoom in a little. Let's use our typography. Also, let's use 15. Yeah, let's just use 15. Yeah, let's use 15. Yeah. I'm also going to use our color, our black. So that's actually the good thing about using creating styles. You don't have to start looking for the fonts, the color you're going to use when you're working. So the next thing you're going to do, you're going to because we don't have time, I think I'll just go up to our icon and pick. I don't want to use the plugin today. I'll just go to our icon and look for Um, okay, let's just use our plugin because of time. So I'm going to, because so I'm going to use our plugin, a plugin to get an icon just for this class. Um, because the icon that we got in our last class, I'm not sure we got enough icons. But when you're working for your design system, make sure you have enough icons. So let's just check if you have icon relating to maybe settings and all that. Because I need icon for email, and also I need icon for, or we'll just pick a random icon, but it's not a best practice. Um, Sorry guys. So let's just use plugin. Um, I'm breaking the consistency rule here, for just for this class. So this is our enter your name. So I'm going to duplicate this and I'm going to write maybe my name, Shiamaka. Okay, okay. So it's always good for you to give your users a hypertext so they will know the kind of things they're going to put in in their test. It's always good. Then also you're going to get icon from Iconify. So let's say, let me just say profile. Mm. If you're not following, just for my attention. Just use up your hand. I'm just going to use this icon here. So I'm going to change it to our color here. So now one thing about hypertext is I'm going to let's go down to 20. Let's reduce the height and do it to 20. So one thing about hypertext is actually grayed out because it's not active. So just so that to help our users know what the kind of thing they're going to put in the input field. The next thing I'm going to also get another icon. Maybe so this icon is for, let's say, hide. Then every time you know I'm getting all this icon. So let me see hide. Let's get this one. I'm also going to reduce it to 20. You can actually do 24, just depending on what works for you. So also reduce it here. The next thing I'm going to do, I'm going to highlight this. Oh, if I do something wrong. Please, anytime you're moving your icon, always move it with the frame. So don't move it with the frame, you have tampered with the icon. Yeah. So I'm going to highlight all of them. I'm going to add an auto layout, which is Shift A to it. So now we can actually add, okay, can you hear me? Okay, Jessica, we have a question. Good evening.
I just wanted to tell you that your voice is not that. I wanted to just say that your voice is not that audible.
All right, thank you. So can you hear me now? Is it better? Okay, it's better. Okay, let me just maintain this. So we're going to add a padding of, let me just, something that actually works for me. Let's say 10. Um, so remember the button that we made in our last class is actually 40. Your input field don't need to be too big because you know that what is going to be contained in the input field is just like a test. So I just want to make our input field the height of 40. So the next thing I'm going to do, I'm going to use auto layout to group elements that are closer together. So this name and this one can actually work together. So I'm going to put the space in between to 8. I'm going to add a field to it, which is not really visible. Um, so our best practice, okay, this is okay. The next thing I'm going to do, I'm going to add a stroke to this. So to add a stroke, you go to stroke. I'm just going to add a stroke of gray. Since it's a default, since we're working with a default state, so I'm going to make the thickness 0.5. You can actually go down to whatever works for you. So I'm going to increase this to little. The next thing I'm going to do, I'm going to add the corner radius of 4 to it. I think this is okay. I think we can actually reduce this to 8 since multiple of 4. Let's work with 8. I think 8 is fair. I think we should actually work with 40. That is still okay. The next thing we're going to have is a label test. The kind of test actually say, oh, this is invalid password and all that. So I'm going to invalid uh, um, password. And like I'm going to bring it down to 12. Yeah, okay. The next thing I'm going to do, I'm going to make this to be red because it is a warning color or a warning color. Yeah, a warning test. So next thing I want to do, I'm going to like use auto layout now. What to highlight and put all of them in auto layout. I'm going to put a space in between to 4. Actually work for me, but I don't really work for you. The next thing I'm going to do, I think I need to okay. Sorry, I think this is okay. So after I'm done with this now, who can tell me what we should do next in the chat? Nobody. So we're going to add Boolean property to it. Okay, this I see warning color. No, you don't need warning color here. So we're going to make it a component. Making it a component. When we make it a component, we're going to go ahead and add Boolean property to each of them. Yeah, so we're going to start with the header test. So we're going to go to the layers and we're going to show test and true. The next thing we're going to do is icon. Before we continue, so this is icon left. Let's name our icon properly. Icon left. So this is icon right. Icon right. Let's say this is okay. Everything is okay. So this is input field. Anytime you're working, always name your element. So we're going to add Boolean property to our icon, but first we're going to, yeah, okay, so true or false, so we can actually leave it as false, yeah, and we're going to add to the other icon, so we'll actually leave it as false, okay. The next thing we're going to add is our test. Please, on no account. Okay, personal. Okay. Okay, the next thing we're going to add, we're going to add another Boolean property to our test. So true or false, we're going to do with that false, because we don't really need it here. The next thing we're going to do, we're going to add, I think we are good to go. So the next thing we're going to do, this is our default stage. So we're going to go ahead and create different variants for our input field. Yeah. So I'm going to name this input field. Field. Yeah. So for our okay. So for our um active state, so this is our so the first one is our default stage. I think I will just label them properly. So I will say so the first one is our default. Sorry about that. Let me just zoom out a little. So the first one is our default. So we come here and name it. So we're going to name the property input field. And the first one is default. The second one is active. When you have clicked and you want to type in your details. So I'm going to go ahead and pick out the text because when you want to type, the text will disappear. So I'm going to use our secondary color here. The next thing I'm going to do, I'm going to make another variant, and this variant will be entered. So yeah, entered. Okay, so I think I made something confusing. So instead of deleting it here, since we are going to need it, I'm going to go ahead and turn it off here in my left panel, or you can actually leave it there. So the next thing we're going to do is enter state. You can either duplicate or you make another variant. So this is our active. So this should be our enter. When you're done typing, enter. So one of the property of enter state is, so I'm going to turn off our text, but this text now I'm going to make it pronouns. I'm going to use our black here because that's okay. I've typed. The next thing we're going to have is the sources. Um, so for entered, we are going to use our 40% here. So so which state is this? For the active, we're going to use a lighter color. For enter is more pronounced. We actually use the same color. So we're going to be using this color. You can use any color, depending on what you're working on. Then the next thing we're going to do is our success. Especially so that okay, this input field you have typed in the right thing and we are good to go. So we're going our success is color green. And the next thing we're going to do is now so I'm going to name it here as success. So the next one is error. I'm going to change the color of the input field to red. Yeah, so I think we are done with the input field for now. Yes. And another thing we can actually have is disabled. So let's go ahead and add. Depending on, we can have as many states as possible. So disabled, I'm going to remove the fill and yeah, actually go lighter. So I'm going to, let me say 70%. Yeah, disabled, like you can't really type in here. So as we're actually done with our our input field. Hope you are following. So let's indicate in the chat. Okay, so we don't really have warning for input field. You can actually make your research, but we don't really have warning for input field. So we're going to check if our input actually works. I'm going to go to our assets. Um, so let's go to when I have input here. Hmm. And then it is for Figma update. Okay, so let's work here. So our input here. So we just pick one out. Check if we are good to go. Yeah. So our input, I want to use the active state here, and I want the left icon to show, and I want the right icon to show. So I'm good to go. We are good to go. Exactly. Please just indicate in the chat. Are we good to go? Okay. So what's the question? Okay. The next thing we're going to do, if you have a question, raise up your hand and ask the question. I'll attend to you. The next thing we're going to do, let me say, avatar. Okay, let's do the checkout first. You don't know what checkout is. I'll just quickly browse checkout state, checkbox of the checkout. Yeah, checkbox state. Yeah. So check image, and you see this is what it looks like. You can actually use it to select. So let's pick this one. Replicate something like this. So let me copy this image, copying this image, and adding it to our Figma so that we replicate something similar because of time. So this is our checkbox. So if you're designing and you're designing for a platform, an application that requires checkout, you have to go ahead and keep designing it. So I'm going to use my frame here. I'm going to use my frame. I'm not. It's always good to use frame. Then it makes your work faster. So I'm going to change the size to 24 and 24. So I'm going to change the color to the secondary that we have here. So I'm going to add a color radius of 4. And you see, my input feed is 4, even my button is 4. You have to stick with whatever you have started with. Maybe you want to go outside, you can actually pick something similar, something relating. You can actually go with 8 since it's also a multiple of 4. So the next thing we're going to do, we're going to get an icon from our plugin. Let me just, we're going to get an icon here, iconify. So let's say check, let's be able to see, check. Let me start. Okay, so we have, so I'll just pick this one. Yeah. So I'm going to reduce the size to 20 because I want all my icons to be 20 today. I'm going to put it here and I'm going to change the color to white for accessibility sake. Then, yeah. So the next thing we're going to have now, we're going to add our text. Now this select, checkout. I'll be checkbox, sorry. No, I didn't check out. Yeah. So we're going to change our text to 16. I would like my text to be 16. I'm going to work with our black that I'm working with. Yes. So the next thing I'm going to use auto layout. Okay. Yeah. I'm going to use auto layout to group those together. So shift A. And then I'm going to make the space in between to be 8. Always working in multiple of 4. I think I should make this. Okay, I think this is okay. So when we have different states of checkout, we have click, we have default, we have hover. These people we are not really specific, so we just go ahead. So we have click. The next thing I'm going to do, I'm going to make it a component. Then making it a component, we go ahead and add our boolean property to each of them. So for here, I'm going to add a boolean property, true or false. You can pick true, you can pick false. Somebody asked that question in the comment section, depending on what you want. So I'm going to leave it as true because I really want the checkbox to show. The next thing, I'm going to pick the icon and sorry, the icon, also add a boolean property to it. I'm going to leave it as let's say true. Yeah, so I'm going to add a boolean property to the whole frame. Yes. Then I'll go ahead and create different variants for it. So this one is click. So I'll come here and so this is checkbox. This is default. So the next one should be so this is click. So click will be selected depending on what you want to name. So this one should be default and so on. Default means it is stroke. So I'm going to remove the fill and add a stroke to it, and the stroke is going to be gray. Then yeah, the next thing I'm going to do, I'm going to add another variant to it. So this one now, I can actually go ahead and name it. So this is default here. This is click. This is default. So this one, I'm going to go ahead and name it disabled. Disabled. Yeah. So disabled is actually gray. So I'm going to go ahead and add our gray here. The next thing I'm going to have is hover state. So this hover, I'm going to change it back to okay, and I'm going to remove the stroke. So for the hover state, I'm going to work with an eclipse here, and I'm going to put it as 24. Just so that works. Okay, since the size of this is actually 24, I think I can actually work with 32. Yeah, and I'm going to go ahead and change the color to this. And changing this color, depending on what you want. There's no actually like, you just have to like specify that this is how you want it to go. And so for this one now, if I'm going to go ahead and add this and take it back. Yeah, like I said, we are actually good to go, but I think we need to increase this a little. The let me just take it out. Yeah, so I don't know why that is not moving. Let me just Ctrl Z. Yeah, so this is our over. Let me just over state, over. So for the hover, it seems that like you have actually clicked on it. So what will the user see? I need to put this here. I'm going to make it 40. So that it actually shows that somebody have actually clicked on it. Mm. So if I put it there, it's going to scatter. So it's also layer. There's something we call um absolute positioning. So it's up here. It actually help you to like put elements in your auto layout without spoiling the design. So I'm going to bring carry to the back. I think we are good to go. Vera, I have a question you can ask me. All right. So let me be sure that we have named everything. So this is our hover, and we are good to go. So this is for your check. So we're going to also check if it actually works. So I'm going to go to my assets and take the check, take it out here and check if it actually works. So we're going to check hover. Yeah. So we don't want the test to show for hover, and I want to change the default, and I want to change to click. Please, are we following? If you're following, please indicate in the chat that you're following. Okay, it's only one person, two people. Please, if you have a question, okay, we are following. Please, if you have any question, you can ask me. Yeah. Okay, so the next thing we are going to do, so we are done with our check. So I'm going to just take out this, bring it down, since we are done with it. I'm going to put our checkbox here. The next thing we are going to do is toggle. Yeah. So most of these elements, you might not really do them from the beginning because you might not really know what you want and the kind of like the elements you're going to be needing for your project. But if you are aware of the kind of design, the kind of product that you're working on, and you know that okay, I need checkout, I need this, and I need that for my design, you can go ahead and do it at the beginning stage. But it's always advisable to do it at the beginning stage. Okay, somebody says I'm a bit fast. Okay, so I'm going to take it slow now. Um, I'm going to take the menu part slow. I'm really sorry that I'm a bit fast. So Ecom, please you have a question, raise up your hand and ask. So I can address it now because I'm not sure you'll be able to get it when you watch the video. But if you don't have, I will continue. Vera, do you have a question? Okay, since everybody is fine, let's continue. I'm going to put this here. Um, let's put it here. So if we don't have questions to ask, we are full. Okay, Vivechi, you have a question.
Hello, ma. Good evening.
Good evening.
Oh, seriously, like I'm very, very lost from the beginning, especially from the pre-sheet.
You did
I
not join early.
yeah.
What happened? You did not join on time.
No, I joined on time from the beginning. I joined on time. You're a little bit faster.
All right.
Mm.
Who else is having similar problem? If you do, just indicate in the chat. Okay. It's only abbreviation. Okay, abbreviation. After the class, I will go over the English field again. Just follow with what we have. Yeah.
Alright.
The next thing we are going to do is toggle, and then we'll do avatar. Then yeah. The next thing we're going to do is toggle. So toggle on your notification, toggle off your notification and all that. I'm also going to use a frame. Yeah. And I'm going to change the color to this, and I'm going to work with our 8 or 4. May not really do the work because it's toggle. I think I'll just have to go far a bit. So 16. So I'm going to reduce this to, let me say, 48. It's always work with multiple of 4, multiple of 8. It's not really doing the work. Yeah. Okay. So double, I think 50, 54 and 32. Let's see. Yeah, I think this can actually work. Yeah. So so we're just going to do 2 states for toggle. Then we are going to do the avatar. Okay. If you are not hearing me currently, please you can check your network. I think that my network is strong enough. So I'm going to take Eclipse here and I'm going to bring it down to 16. You must not really do yours the way I'm doing mine. Yeah, you just have to like find what works for you and flow with it. So I'm going to put it here. So I'm going to center it. Okay. I'm going to put it here. Next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to make it a component now. So we don't really need to use Boolean properties. Not everything that you need to use Boolean property for. So I'm going to go ahead and create a variant for it. So I can actually change this to white. Yeah. Then so yeah, then I can go ahead and change this to white again. Then change this to ash when it's disabled, when you have not really played. So I'm going to take this and put it here. So I'm going to check the spacing between, so this is 8. I'm going to make sure it's also 8. I'm going to, so we are good to go. So next thing I'm going to change a property. This is active and this is default. The other state of toggle too, just because we're beginners, I feel like we just stop here for now. Then I'm going to change the property. Always change the property to toggle. So we are good to go. So I can actually take one here. You can actually take one and test, or you can check it from your asset column. So we are actually good to go. I'm going to go ahead and name this toggle. Okay, I think Henry is having similar situation with innovation. Don't worry, after the class I'll go over the input field again, I promise. Just follow with the what we have so that we don't take others back. Yeah. So the next thing we are going to do is let me just align this. The next thing we are going to do now is avatar. You know, when you check your WhatsApp and you check you see when Henry is active, I will know that okay, Henry is active. If he's not active, I know that okay, he's not active and all that. So the next thing we are going to do, we are going to create avatar state. So if you know different state of avatar that we have for your social media platform, please indicate in the chat. Tell me. Um, okay, nobody knows. So we don't know different states of avatar that we have when it comes to social media. Wow. The round green. So the round green is actually active state. It should actually show that this person is online. So I'm going to go ahead and create echoes for it. I'm going to use let's say 64 and 64. Just hope it's not too small or too big. Okay, I think I will go down to 48. This was actually big for a profile avatar. 48. Yeah. So we are going to please just pay attention. We're going to duplicate this, Control D. So the first one, I'm going to name it field. The second one, I'm going to name it image. Yeah. So it's all together. Okay. So I'm going to go to my image and I'm going to add, once I click on the image and the left panel, I am going to go to my plugin, which is Unsplash. Okay. Not sure we really need this now. Okay. So I'm going to go ahead and add initials. Let me see, CO. So this is a little bit tricky. I think I'll just take out the first one and write CO. Okay. I'm going to work with our black. So I deleted the field. I'm going to add it back. Yeah. So I'm going to change the color depending on what you want your avatar state to look like. This is not really nice. Like this is okay. So I'm going to name this field back field. And I'm going to duplicate the field by clicking on it, Control D. Yes. So I'm going to name it now. I'm going to name it image. Image. Still clicking on the image. I'm going to add, sorry, clicking on the image, I'm going to add a profile. Let's say a man, a woman. Let me see what we have. Profile picture. Let's use this man. So let's use this person here. Alright, so we are good to go. So we have CO, then we have that the person's initial. Maybe since it's a man, let me look for somebody in the chat. So let's say BB, B belly. Yeah. So we have, looking at our right panel, we have the user's initial, we have image, we have field. So I'm going to highlight everything here. So just the avatar, highlight everything and put it on a frame. That is frame selection. As I've done this now, I'm going to name this avatar. So that we know avatar. Please always name your frame. So avatar, then I'm going to go ahead and add Boolean property to each of them. But before we do that, I think I missed something. I missed the active offline and all that. I think I missed it. I'm going to reduce this to 10. I don't know why I missed. Oh, let's just go down to 8. Don't know if it can actually work. Yeah. So I've added this. I'm going to name this I'm going to make it green since the person is online. Yeah. I'm going to change the color to green, indicating that okay, BB is online currently. I've added it inside my frame because it's still under the avatar. So I'm going to name this to state. Depending on your naming convention, you can name it a different thing, but just know that make sure you're communicating the right information. Okay, then we're good. So the next one I'm going to make it a component. So you have to make it a component before you go ahead and add Boolean property. Because I've made it a component now, I am going to go to my field, go to my image. You can start with anyone. Go to your image. I think I missed this so that the image will pop. Go to my image and add the Boolean property. So true or false. I can leave it as false for now. The next thing we have is the field. I'm going to add a Boolean property to it. I'm going to leave it as true. Go ahead and add for the test. And so let's make it false. Then I'm going to also add to the state. So I'm going to leave it as false. There's no like a rule that you must leave this one as false and leave this one as true, depending on what works for you. So the next thing we're going to do is we're going to create another variant for this. So I'm going to look for the state here and I'm going to turn it on. Okay. Let's turn it on back and I'm going to change this to so red is offline, right? And I'm going to go ahead and add another variant of something that is offline, which is gray. Is there another state that we have? Any other state? If you know, please tell me in the chat. Which one is in meeting? I don't really know that icon. Okay. I think we'll just work with this now. I don't really look for in meeting. So we are good to go. Then I'm just going to go to my asset again and pick out one and check if we are okay. And so I want the picture to actually show. Okay, we didn't name this properly. Coming with this. It didn't name it properly. So this is offline. I think away is red. Away online. Yeah. So this is offline or disabled. I don't know what we normally mean. When your account is, so we're going to name this avatar property avatar. Then we'll check now. So I want the image to show, but I want to be offline. Yeah. Are we still following? I also want to add the initials there. That this actually helps you to design for different states when you are designing. So continuing this avatar. I think I will pause and take questions now. Okay. So let's just take a quick question before I continue. Because I feel like the class is a little bit dull. Any questions so far? No. Everybody's following. That's really nice. Okay. Because if you are following, let's indicate too. I should just call it a 9. Please, if you are following, please indicate. Okay. China is following. Only Uchenna. Okay. Okay. You guys actually following. Okay. Okay, we are good to go. If you have any questions, please call my attention to it. The next thing we are going to do now is navigation bar. So I don't really know the kind of navigation bar we are going to work for. Please, if you have a product that you're working on currently, you can actually like tell me in the chat so that we can do a navigation bar for it. Ijem, I'm so sorry about that. Who is working on any projects currently? If you're working on a project, you can actually tell me so we can do a navigation bar for it. Yeah. Agri-tech, okay, Vera. So we'll work with agri-tech. So for navigation bar, we are going to do different states for it. So agri-tech, I think what you should have, if you have your home, okay, you just work with Vera's own. It was the first person. So I'm going to go ahead here. And I'm going to write home. And I'm going to use our test of 15, which is actually very big. So we actually have 14, but I'm not sure we did the design system for it. We did. So what with the 12 that we have currently. I'm going to change it to our black. So we have our home. The next thing I want to do now is to get icon for the home. So I'm going to still use plugins. Please don't use. Yeah. Always get all your icons ready. Because I don't want to go back to our vista to go and look for home icon now. So actually take our time. Which one will I use here? Maybe some are not finding. Okay. Um, hmm. I don't like plugin. Alright, let's just use this one. For the purpose of this class, I'm going to change the icon to 20 because I already said working with 20 already. Let's continue with it. I'm going to change this to our black. I don't really like this icon. Yeah, let's work with it. Let's just big like this. What is all this? What I've seen the new update, feel like this. I don't need this. We didn't really do this. It's because of the updates that they did on Figma. That's why this is not really what we worked with. Okay, so we have our home. I think we're going to go ahead and do maybe settings, profile. Vera, what do you have in your navigation? Okay, okay. If it's an application, it's called home. Then you have accounts. Next thing you have, I think you should have profile, favorite, and all that. Just tell me in the chat. So I'm going to go ahead and add auto layout to this. Right, with Shift A. I want to make the spacing in between items to be 4. Okay. So before we continue, just want to get our frame. Which I'm not sorry, I have to go up to get the frame. Yeah, so I'm going to get our mobile frame here. Take this, copy it, and you also get your frame from your style. I'm going to get our frame and I'm going to turn on the grid here. I just want to be sure that the navigation that we are doing is suitable for a mobile view. Yeah, so I'm going to go ahead now and duplicate this for now. The next thing I'm going to have is she said account. So go ahead and name this account. Okay, let's increase this a little. Mm, So we'll just leave it to 4, leave it to 4. Yeah. Next thing I'm going to have now is account. So I'm going to go and get an account login from icon 5 into account. Mm, sorry. I think maybe profile. I think we need profile. So next thing we'll be needing is settings. Let me just make this a little bit fast. So I think I'll go with this again. Try to like this. Okay. We're going to have maybe favorite. See one thing about this. Yeah. Okay. So I'm going to change this place to replace count. I'm going to duplicate this and copy this place to replace place to replace. Um, what did I do? I'm going to copy this now. Paste to replace. Then I'm going to do for settings. I don't really know. So this is favorite. Favorite. The next thing we're going to have is settings. What's that? You see some of the books, you can see that our icon is not being consistent. If you look closely, yeah. So when we started, our home is actually 20. So I'm going to go ahead and change the menu ones. I'm going to copy them and change them to 20 so that we will maintain the same. Yeah. I'm going to highlight all of them and tidy up and use the horizontal and vertical spacing. Yeah, okay, I'll go to it. Next I'm going to do now, I'm going to highlight this and put them in auto layout. Since I'm spacing in between, this might not really work. So let's check it in our frame. It might not really work here. Let's quickly check it here. Mhm. Okay. I think increase the spacing in between to, let's see, um, this is 40. That is not looking too spaced. Let me go down a bit. So let's do 54. Up on Ctrl Z. There's a 54. Yeah. Okay. The next what I'm going to do, we're going to add padding to it. Financially, let's work with 20 for the vertical. Actually work with 15 for the horizontal. Okay. I think I will increase this a little. Let's say hot. And I think it's not so much. Okay. So let's reduce the horizontal padding to 24 and see. See so much. Let's work with 8. Let's do 64. Let's pull up 8. Yeah. Yeah, I think we are good to go. So 20. Let's say 24. Yeah, so we're good to go. So I'm just going to change, put a color to this so that you see. Let's play around with this color for now. And I'm going to add corner radius of 4. Actually, let's do it 8. Which is not really. Yeah. Okay, so yeah, we have our this. I'm going to change it back to our white. Maybe to space. Maybe I'll just add a stroke to it, differentiate it for now. Yeah. So this is. So we're going to go ahead now and make it a component and create different state for it. So making it a component, I made it a component. Next, we're going to do, we're going to add variant to it. So for the first one, which is our home, we can go ahead and change the color to this color because currently the user is in the home. We are going to go to our property and name it, let's say navigation, bottom nav, bottom nav. Now, so the first one is home. So we're going to go ahead and do it for the second one. The second one should be account. So when the user is in account, so we didn't change this cover. So I'm going to go ahead and make it this color. When you're in account, the color will change so that you have left home to account. So I'm going to change this back to our our black. Yeah. For favorites, when you're in your favorites, the agri code that I have added, and you want to see all of them there. So I'm going to go ahead and name this one page right. I'm going to name this one account instead of variance. Please, I don't want to see variance in your work. Then the next one we're going to do, we're going to add, okay, this is settings. I'm just going to go ahead and name this settings quickly. Settings. I'll just copy it here. Copy, paste, replace. So I will do fast. Paste to replace and paste to replace. Paste to replace. Yeah. The next thing I'm going to have now, I'm going to change this one back to normal state. I'm going to change our settings to active. So I think we are done. So let's name our elements properly. So this one is setting. So then this one is favorite. I think we are good to go. So we can actually say now we are done with our navigation, bottom navigation. This is for an application. So I'm going to share this Figma link with us so we can actually take our time and go over it. Yeah, yeah. So my screen is frozen. So yeah, let's leave this here. Yeah. So we can actually pick one. You can actually pick one now. Let's pick this one, or you can just go to our assets and pick one, and just put it at the bottom align, center. Okay. Then I'm done with the home page and I want to go to settings. It should actually change to settings and we're good to go. So okay, we're good to go. So the next thing we're going to look at now is platforms, website that you can actually seek inspiration from. I think we're going to be stopping here for the style guide, the design system that we're working on for now, since we're beginners, but there are actually more to it. You can actually do your progress do your guide navigation, stop navigation and all that. Yeah, you don't really need to add, okay, so here we say no Boolean property for navigation. Yeah, you don't really need to add Boolean property because in navigation you need everything here, but you just have to like differentiate them by their state. You understand? If I add a Boolean property, that means the amount of elements I have in my navigation is going to reduce. You understand? So you don't really, it's not everything I need Boolean property for. Most time you need Boolean properties to reduce the amount of element that you have. Just imagine we did not add Boolean property to our input field. Then we went ahead and did input field with icon, input with no icon. It's going to have a lot of work. But Boolean property will actually help you to like toggle on and off, helps to reduce the amount of work that you're going to be doing. I think somebody asked that question in the chat. Yeah, Vera. Yeah. So for your button, just imagine you are doing button with icon, button without icon, different buttons. It's going to stress you. But with Boolean property, you can actually like have one button that have all these properties. Exactly. Please indicate. Vera, exactly. Okay, she's not here again. All right. So to look for inspiration, so in our next class, we're going to do work on responsive design. Yeah. We're going to go ahead and do our responsive design, how to design for different screens and all that. So before our next class, I would like us to register, sign up, and get accounts in the following platforms, and also take your time to feed your eyes with beautiful designs out there. So for the first one, we have Dribble. I don't know. Okay, so this is Dribble. So once you learn, this is how the Dribble interface is. Designers come here, graphic designers, product designers come here to seek inspiration. So if I ask to design a particular page, let me say dashboard, you can come here and see different shots that you can actually get your inspiration from. Most of the comments I dropped in your last class, I was like, explore other platforms. So you can come here and search for whatever you want, and you're good to go. So you have to go to Dribble to. Yeah, so sorry, I didn't know I was muted. Can you hear me now? Okay, you can't see my screen. All right, okay. I'm going to stop sharing and share again. Uh, Stop sharing and share. All right. Can you see my screen now? All right, okay. So sorry about that. So once you go to this is Dribble, you can check it on your Chrome, check it on your browser. Once you're done there, you can actually sign up. Once you start designing, and once your design is being approved and you get good comments, you can actually like show it off, post it here and all that. So you can come to Dribble and pick any inspiration that you want. Let's say the landing page. So once we start redesigning all that designs, we're going to be getting most of our inspirations from Dribble. So let's search for landing page. You see, to give you a lot of landing page inspiration. So another place that you can actually get inspiration from, there are a lot of places to get inspiration. So another place you can actually get inspiration is Pinterest. You can also get inspiration from yes, um, mm, yeah, I think finance. How, yeah, so let's log in and see. Yeah, so you can also come here. So one thing about Behance is that you can actually see people's case study, a full documentation of what somebody have worked on. But Dribble is actually limited to shots. So for Behance, not organic Binance. For Behance, you can actually see case study that people have worked on. You can actually see, look at their thinking process and all that, and also draw your inspiration from them. Then, for if you want to get shots, like just one screenshot, three screenshots, you can actually check Dribble. But if you want more detailed screens, you can actually check your Behance. Yeah. Then you can also check Pinterest. Yeah, you guys know what Pinterest is. You can actually check Pinterest, or you can check Mobbing. There's a platform. This one you will be able to see existing platforms and the way their screens are presented. So you just take your time, sign up, and feed your eyes a beautiful design before our next class. But in our next class, we're going to be working on designs, responsive design, and also redesign screens just for the purpose of this class. So with that, I think we have come to the end of our class today. Yeah, we have come to the end of our class. So if you have any question, you can ask now. So in the absence of no other questions, good night and see you guys in the next class.